Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building just celebrating his birthday the other day.
Yes, and one of my favorite people to hear any and everything from.
That's why,
Hughley.
yes,
Hey,
I'm
now,
excited because there's so much going on. I'm like, I can't
is.
wait because I knew you were coming on the show, and I was like, I can't wait for us to sit down with you.
Who do you think was the biggest snitch this month? Michael Cohen, them two Nigerian dudes that beat up Jussie Smollett, or
Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Or Tekashi 6ix9ine. Who's the biggest snitch?
Tekashi, because Michael Cohen ain't really giving nothing up.
Yes, he did yesterday. Yesterday.
I ain't see yesterday.
Oh,
He
man.
gave up a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday I ain't see what he said yesterday.
He
I thought it was over.
No, he had
That was
another.
over last week, too.
And he bought suitcases with, when
receipts.
lawyers bring suitcases with wheels, somebody going to jail.
Oh, so that's why they did that R. Kelly
A
interview.
closed door.
No, they did that R. Kelly interview to distract us from that shit. I ain't see the poor
Man.
white people slick.
Man,
I
that
ain't see
R. Kelly interview.
But the thing about Michael Cohen is that he was so with it. Like when he was down with Trump, he was fine with him being racist, fine with him being
Sure.
sexist,
He totally
fine with
turned.
him. And now all of a sudden, and he said this, and he's a racist. And so,
But here's
what
the
does that
thing.
make you? An
You're
accessory?
supposed to be with your folks until, like, Donald Trump, the minute shit go left, is going to turn on you. You know it. He does it to everybody. So apparently he had his lawyer reach out and talk about a pardon. Hey, wait, I ain't going to get pardoned? Think I'm finna tell. I'm telling so fast.
You think he can't be trusted now because some people don't believe him because they feel like he's just trying to save himself?
Who did he lie for? The reason he got in trouble because he was lying to protect Donald Trump. He didn't get nothing out of it but the shit in the stick. All he got was the bid. He lied to protect the dude, and then they didn't get mad. Republicans didn't get mad at Michael Cohen for lying. They got mad at him when he stopped lying.
Right.
When you stop lying, if you're gonna lie, you better keep doing it. But I think I think Donald Trump is unscrupulous, untrustworthy. Everybody who's ever got in trouble, he's turned their back on. And so he was like, "Hey man, if you ain't gonna pardon me, I'm finna tell."
It's amazing how black people don't have no problem with snitching as long as the person they snitching on, we don't like.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just like them two Nigerian dudes jammed up. Nigerians, boy, they told fast, didn't they?
I didn't expect anything else.
Let me tell you what happened.
I'm not going to get in trouble and have y'all tell me that I'm
about to go down.
a racist and I'm a homophobe and
Oh,
all
man.
of those things.
Man, they told fast.
That would have ruined their lives.
Yeah, and you know what it is? There's such a cachet in being a victim that you can't tell me that you heard that story and then go,
The first time I heard it, I said that ain't true.
that's bullshit.
I didn't believe it.
It seems
It
sketchy.
had too much sauce on it.
It did. A
Too
lot,
much.
way too
They
much.
put the gay sauce on it,
Right,
the racism
right,
sauce,
right,
the
everything.
noose.
The only
bleach.
thing
It
that
was a
made me
lot.
feel weird was when he said he was a gay Tupac. I was
Yeah.
like, why are you doing a show and like bragging about
He
something
had
that
index
happened?
cards with him, too.
Two dudes, like we gonna go to Subway, but let's get our noose and bleach just in case we run across that nigga from Empire. let's do that. And then when I saw like the whole fight thing, first it was supposed to be white dudes. Did you see them two African dudes?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
They look like M'Baku and T'Challa, didn't they? I'm like, how, if you fought them dudes and all you got was some, if you fight dudes like that, I ain't saying you ain't gonna win, but you gonna miss some days of work.
Right.
You ain't coming back to work the next day all with just one scratch on
But
your eye.
nobody wanted to believe someone would lie about something like that. I know I felt like there's no way. Who would just make something like that up for what?
A clout chaser. People
That can't be the predicate. Every time somebody, but who would lie about it? A lot of people.
yeah.
A lot. Every time no one has a definitive answer as to what happened, they go, "Who would do it? Somebody."
I just feel like people usually lie for a purpose. Like
He wanted to be more famous.
I mean, like to cover something up, or they're about to get in trouble for
He
something,
wanted
not
to
to
be more
just
famous. He wanted to be
Clout
Colin
make up a
Kaepernick.
whole
He wanted to be
entire
bigger than
story.
Colin Kaepernick.
Or sometimes people just do it, man. It's like there is a cachet in America right now on being a victim. There's a cachet to it. It's almost a patina. It's like that case in Pulp Fiction. You open it up and be shining and shit. And people tap into it too. Everybody, they this idea that you can't call bullshit when you see it, or that everybody is to be believed. Like everybody has an id. You automatically know when somebody. You ever be telling somebody, you go, "This motherfucker's full of shit."
all the time.
But we've ceded our ability to say that to somebody because now you're a horrible person just because I don't believe your bullshit story.
You know what I think messed up his story? I think that when they did it, when they staged whatever they staged, I think he actually did fight them Nigerians back. That was the whole purpose. And they took off running. So he really wanted to be the gay Tupac. He wanted to look like the tough guy in this situation.
Well, you can't. First off, if you want to fight two people, they shouldn't be from Nigeria. I mean, start off in another country from Africa. You better,
First of all, they're
Fight
American.
niggas from the tap. You don't want them niggas is why we here. White people, Southern people, we need them motherfuckers. Don't fight them. Don't fight
You know how much
them.
they going for? Two races.
Right.
You think Jussie should go to jail?
I think that he should make restitution. I think that ultimately he should. First off, this thing about he should do what everybody else do, say they're dope, but it got to be white drugs. It can't be nigga drugs.
Cocaine or something.
Yeah, opiates do it.
Okay,
opiates.
opioids.
He already said that though.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah,
smart.
yeah.
And then make restitution. But I think whatever you get for lying to the police, he should get.
No jail time.
Yeah, I think that's
like you said, restitution.
yeah.
People saying we shouldn't trust the police though. They say you shouldn't trust the Chicago PD.
Well, no, that's
Yeah.
those are not binary choices. Chicago PD has not really been all that friendly to black people. When you look at about police departments across the country, that doesn't mean in this case they're not
Right.
like they like. It was two things that let me know right away something was wrong. The gay community is very strong, and if they believed that they'd have been loud and out front and asking for answers, and then the cast was very quiet.
Right.
They were very quiet. So it was. Silence spoke volumes to me.
You think it'll be hard for him to get work now?
I think infamy is better than fame. Infamy. How
Really?
many? Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Now I'm not saying that he'll be on a sitcom or a drama, but infamy works as good as fame does. Look how much. When OJ did what he did, he was doing well and famous. He could be getting paid to go to parties. There's a cachet also to being infamous.
Lord have mercy. That's the problem with this era, man.
It is.
Yeah, because you can get attention for anything. Jesus Christ.
What do you think about R. Kelly? He's been in the news the last couple of days.
Oh, my
Heavy.
God.
I think that it's obvious that he's a pedophile, but it says more about our society that it took a Lifetime movie for us. Like, the charges that he's facing are from 98, 99.
91, yeah.
To 2003. So it didn't become horrible till you had a documentary about it. Like, our compassion is directly attached to our remote.
Well, people don't care until people care.
That's right.
Yeah.
And these charges are so and people get mad at me for saying this. If you're mad at R. Kelly, you got to be mad at Michael Jackson. And it says a lot about society to let all that go on, and then when there's a documentary, we get outraged. I don't care what you say about either of those two men. Was fairly obvious. Whether you believe they did it or didn't, they're both shitty babysitters. Like, they're horrible babysitters. Listen, I'll listen to your music, but I'm not dropping my kids off at your daycare center. That ain't gonna happen. And then people go, how could you listen to R. Kelly and Michael Jackson songs after all the horrible things that they did? How could you sing those songs after all the shit they did? The same way I could sing the fucking national anthem. That's how.
That's right. I don't think Michael touched them little boys though.
Yeah, he doesn't believe it.
Yeah, I think Michael was a weirdo, but I don't think he touched them little boys.
Because
man.
he was staggeringly famous.
No.
If you would, two things would have never happened. If he wasn't just as talented as he was, we would have never turned a deaf eye to him walking around.
deaf ear.
Deaf ear.
Yeah.
And no, we saw him walking around.
There's some
with
deaf
kids.
eyes out there. Forrest
Yeah.
Whitaker got one.
This guy's
Yeah,
crazy.
when I saw the butler and that eye was going every which way, I had to stop. I got vertigo fucking around with him, man. I was like, you can't win the Oscar. What are you talking about? But we would have, absent that much fame, people wouldn't make these kind of excuses. They wouldn't. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you believe you wouldn't have your child spend the night over Michael Jackson.
Hell no.
Ain't no way you
way.
going. And what is he when he got in trouble the first time? How did your first witnesses 7-year-old boys? Like how are children defending a man? Like that's those the first people you call?
But it's not strange that more kids didn't come out. More kids didn't come out.
Here's the thing. I can't say what happened or didn't happen. But serial killers don't kill everybody.
They killed a lot of people.
They
though.
they don't kill everybody.
Corey Feldman said something that I found interesting. He said that everything that he heard those guys say was true except for the sexual part. And he was like, I don't think pedophiles can turn it on and off. I don't think so either.
But here's the thing. R. Kelly and Michael Jackson were the same kind of person in that they both got in trouble for that thing and couldn't stop doing it. They couldn't stop. There's got to be some kind of drive that makes it. If you got in trouble like that and you weren't some kind of way connected to it in a way you couldn't control, you would stop. You go.
You wouldn't put yourself in that
No
position.
kids
keep doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when you have to keep doing it, when you keep doing it, there's some kind of attraction. And it can't be like if you like R. Kelly gets out of jail and goes right to the McDonald's he was picking. Come on now, right. There is a reason time after time after time that you find yourself in those same circumstances. And there's also something else. When you are separate from your family, like his family being ostracized his family, he knows that they would have never went for that. You ain't gonna come. Joe Jackson ain't gonna let you be in the bed with kids. Right. Man, you better get them kids out the bed and fix your nose. You're scaring your mama. So I don't know what happened, but I think it says a lot about our society that the things that offend us were always there, and we waited till it was we could DVR it. You look at the Catholic religion, and I am tired of it only being black people.
Oh, it's like white celebrities are acting so nice nowadays. They're not getting in no trouble.
No, enough of this To Kill a Mockingbird shit. Let's get some white people now.
Absolutely, I want diversity in my dysfunctional celebrities. Goddamn.
right.
Elvis right there in the grave. He got a lot of bullshit we can dig up too.
That's here. The problem is at the same time the grand jury was looking at R. Kelly, there was a Cardinal Mccarrick, who is the highest-ranking American cardinal. He was defrocked for molesting children over decades. How come he ain't in jail? How come I don't care if you pop your collar or wear one. If you fucking with kids, you should go to jail.
Absolutely.
Like it was one dude said he was molested by his priest from the time he was 13 to the time he was 28. Now, if your priest still fucking you at 28, you got a boyfriend. Like that's good. But I think everybody who does anything to harm children, regardless of their status, should go to jail.
100%.
And
I agree with that.
What about the parents? Because a lot of people were saying
absolutely
the parents seen the tape, they knew what was going on, but you still brought your kids to Michael Jackson or R. Kelly.
But look at the Catholic religion. Those they would do the same thing. They would serve those kids up to even though they had heard those reputations to do those things, because there's something about the places that people live in our minds that suspends our ability for reality.
It's like a sacrifice.
It is. And that's exactly what they're doing.
I don't believe in conspiracy theories on too many Negroes, right? Because if you look at us, it seems like all of us got one.
Right.
There's definitely something fishy behind the Michael Jackson situation. That man owned half of Sony ATV Publishing. And if you listen to all those old Michael interviews, he always warned us and told us these people are after him. These people want to kill him for his catalog. He said as soon as he got the Beatles catalog overnight, his image changed in the media.
I believe that's true. But that ain't got nothing to do with 7-year-old boys being in your bed.
That was stupid. He gave him every reason to make up something.
You can own your own catalog and sleep with grown people.
And if you know it's an issue, you could be like, let me not have these kids in my bed because it's becoming an issue.
Right. It's not like I don't have that. Look, I didn't let my kids sleep in the bed with me, and when I was. But that's not true. Like my daughters will still sleep with me. But my daughters are grown, so they'll sleep with me, and we'll when we come to New York or we're on the road together and they're coming, we sleep in the same bed, and we'll post a picture, and you should see people going insane because there are a bunch of people in America or across the world that have not been touched the right way or have been touched the wrong way. So affection is foreign to them. The natural affection that a man has for his children or the children have for a father, son, is foreign to them. But they said like I was one out of every 6 males has been sexually molested.
One out of every
6, and they think that's low because who would you tell?
We got 2 in this room.
Yeah,
me and you.
Yeah, I wasn't. That wasn't. You
keep saying that, but you were.
Yeah, man, you were underage.
That girl was a sweet woman, and don't you put your mouth on her like that. She showed me things.
You thought you loved your woman at one time.
No, I did not think that.
You said you liked it, but it's just a Jerry curl.
Yeah, I was getting head at 8. Why wouldn't I like head?
Yeah, that was nice.
At 8.
Yeah.
Somebody told me a horrifying, what I thought was a horrifying story the other day. He said when he was 5, and this was on lip service, he said when he was 5, his cousin was having like sex with a girl who was of age, and he started sucking on her breast and everything, and she let him do it. And he was only 5 years old. Yeah. I was like, that is disgusting.
Yeah, that's way more regular than y'all think.
It doesn't now. I don't see that as, and you know, I don't see that as something that was horrible for me. Like that, you fuck around, you ask for something, and you get it. You're like, hey girl, wait a minute. Like I didn't want to keep doing it after a while. Like my problem was I thought I was gonna have to marry this brother. Like wait, you
might be traumatized and don't know it though.
No, what made you stop, Dio? Because that's when I had the same reaction too. I
she
made her
like
stop
cigarettes?
after a while.
No, what happened was my mother. She came to pick me up.
Yeah, since you found out.
And my mother was like, "Who is this bitch?"
Oh yeah, I remember you said that.
Yeah. Basically, your mother saved you.
Yeah, and I was like, "Mama, don't." And then when I was walking around, like, "Thank you, Jesus." And I never saw her again. But it didn't seem.
You had like Stockholm syndrome, kind of.
That's not true.
You felt like you had to go.
You're never gonna see me on TV talking about, it happened to me too.
But why you felt like you had to go?
Because
you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
But
Me
you didn't
too,
want to
we
go.
enjoyed
And
it.
you felt like you were saved when your mom saved you.
Yeah, because I was tired of her. But
So
I
you
find,
didn't
like,
enjoy it
I
anymore.
feel like that after several nights. So
You wish your mom could come save you now from some women.
Right. Bitch, please
He's
leave.
married.
I'm aware of you now. No, yeah. The feeling of wanting a motherfucker to leave after you have sex is not related to Stockholm Syndrome. It's bitch, I'm ready to go to sleep. I don't know you. What can we talk about?
Listen, that's the weirdest thing about being a man when that happens to you. Because I watched Antoine Fisher movie, confused the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I was like, what's wrong with that little boy? When I saw Tyler Perry on Oprah, confused the hell out of me. I was like, well, what's wrong with him?
Yeah.
And then after a while, I just started thinking, well, what's wrong with me that I enjoyed it and thought it was okay?
Well, it's fun. It was nice.
Simple
It
as
wasn't.
that.
It wasn't Tyler Perry.
nice.
It was a man with Tyler Perry, though.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. It wasn't a man. I wasn't sure.
Well, he said it was his woman's cousin. I mean, no, it was one of his cousins who was a woman.
Oh, okay.
I think that these kinds of things happen all the time, and I think most people are broken in some kind of way, and you can either you can tell that something happened to you, but that's why you are who you are. Now, you can't take all of the bad things and minus. You can't have all that you have minus the bad things. You're that in your totality. But I think that there is. I never felt like it was wrong. I didn't feel like I was fucked over from it.
Mm-hmm.
I just was tired of this situation. I don't want to be fucking you and then you smoke and then make spaghetti with onions and shit. I don't
It's
want
the
that.
smell. See,
I
for me,
don't
it was the
want
Jerry
that.
curl.
I don't
I
want
didn't
it.
like the smell of the Jerry
Yeah,
curl.
I'm like, but I
It's
don't
the
feel bad.
smell.
She was a lovely woman. She was. And everybody thought I was the shit. Like, you got her? Yes, I did, goddammit.
But you don't think there was something wrong with her, though? You could say she was a lovely
I don't
woman.
think that
But
she's-
there's something wrong with her if she's coming to pick up this kid.
Angie, stop. Don't put your mouth on this sweet child right here. She's a good woman. I'm sure she's a Christian woman right now.
See, that's the advice
She's
Joe
a
Jackson
deacon
needed to
of the
give Michael.
church. And you did. Now, I wouldn't like her now because I'm sure she's like, I'm 55, so she got to be 70.
Lord have
So
mercy.
that's the only reason.
Sure. I can't meet you at the Golden Corral in front of the chocolate fountain. I can't do that.
She'd probably be
shit.
hearing this story and being like, what was wrong with me?
Or she got a 50-year-old right now.
Okay.
That's probably what happens right now. Like when it gets older.
Now, that's fine now.
Like
but
everybody has a story. Like I think if you look at anybody who's become successful at anything, there was something they went through.
Mm-hmm.
And it's how they perceive it and how they deal with it that decides. Like I just think that there is everybody to me nobody can just say I did this because I wanted to or I everybody has to have a thing like that I don't understand it. And like there's this whole idea of what being a man is and you can only be a man if you check off these boxes, and it's weird to me. It's a weird
No,
time.
you kind of did that to Terry Crews.
That's
I was
not
gonna say
true.
that Terry Crews wants some smoke with
he
you.
said that's
You
not
kind of
true.
did that to Terry a little bit. Dion.
Terry, here's the thing. In my experience, where I grew up, I was the last one picked for a game, first one picked for a fight, right? So there were certain things I knew that if you did to me, I had to fight you.
Absolutely.
My problem with him wasn't what he did; it was what I would have did. You're not gonna be my agent and touch you're not gonna do it. Listen, it was Green, Black, and Jan Larry ran my TV show. He got disrespectful. I chased him. The president of the studio. I said, "You're not finna ready to do that shit to me," and I chased him off the set, physically gonna fight him. It's shit you can't do to me.
Right.
It has. My father taught me that. So you're telling me that the only way I can be a man is the way he said to do it? That's not it. That's not it. It's shit you ain't gonna do to me. You can't touch my dick and then send an invoice in. That's not gonna happen.
So it ain't about gender, it's about principle.
It's about
Principle.
Yeah.
And the idea that you think is toxic to fight for yourself. I ain't finna ready to let you do that to me. It's certain shit you'll never do to me.
I think for him in that moment, it was shocking to him because he wasn't expecting something like that to happen. It was the environment that he was in. And so that's how he reacted, because I think sometimes if we're not in a position,
Everybody
we can
reacts
say
differently.
what
Everybody
we would
reacts
do.
differently.
But until it happens, you don't know what
But
might.
it's a reaction because
It is shocking.
it is shocking. But if somebody grabs your meat,
Somebody
what's
grabs
the first
your,
reaction you
Why
want?
Have you
is
somebody
it
grab your
wrong
butt
for
before?
me?
Yeah, but it was a difference. Somebody grabbed
You
my
didn't do
butt.
anything.
No, he didn't grab my butt. I finished DJ in the club,
See?
right?
Right.
But
I killed it. Now, this is what men do sometimes.
Right.
I'm walking out the club. He smacks me in the ass. Bow, good job.
Right.
Nigga, you ain't playing no basketball
Right.
games. This ain't football.
But
You a
dudes do
DJ.
that.
They
People
do
do
it a
not
lot.
do that
They
to
do it a lot.
DJs.
They do it a lot.
No, they don't.
I'm gonna tell you.
But
King's
it
Accommodation
wasn't
slapped
a
the shit out
sexual
of
thing. It wasn't like,
Right.
oh, envy,
Right.
here you go.
Hey,
It
he
wasn't
ain't tell
like
you the
that.
club was in Atlanta, though.
Right.
D.
The club
Oh,
was not in Atlanta.
Well, now.
That was not in
But
Atlanta.
somebody else might have been like, if that was me, and somebody would have
That was
did that
Atlanta.
to me.
But
But,
wasn't
Envy instead was like,
it wasn't
thank
a
you.
sexual feeling. It was a smack on my ass. Good job. And I felt funny at it, but I was like, damn, he was just trying to compliment
If anybody
me.
violates your person in a way that makes you uncomfortable,
Yes.
that to you, that's the definition of assault. My problem with this whole idea is, when I was a little boy, this man down the street, he was drunk, pulled a gun on me. I'm 3rd, 4th grade. Mm-hmm. My father, all the kids told my father what happened. My father's going down the street to deal with this man with a gun. I'm on his legs. Please don't touch him. Please, he didn't do anything. Begging my father because this dude got a gun.
Right.
My father took that pistol out that man's belt, whooped him with it, and said, never touch one of mine again. Hey, man, you're not finna. If I saw that, you can't do that to me. Mm-hmm. And I resent the fact that you can only be a man the way he says you can be a man. Mm-hmm. You're not finna ready to do that to me, and you handled it the way you handled it, but you're not the only thing a black man has is his physical person, and you can't have it. You already control where I live, where I eat, where I go to school, how much money I can make. You're not finna put your hands on me and make me feel bad about saying what I would do.
And you know what's crazy? I feel like if I was with my woman the way that he was with his woman, I feel like my woman would have jumped up and said something before I even did.
Right, but I'm gonna tell you what.
Yeah.
Here's what my woman. If it's hard to, if that had happened to me in front of my wife, it'd be hard to get a sandwich the next day. I know that. I'm not. So, and then what I really resent is how come those same people that are all up in arms about him being groped don't get just as mad when a dude that size gets shot.
Wow. That's
They
real.
only get if he was parked in front of their house, them same people all meet to and write on him. If he was parked in front of their house and dark, they call the police on him.
That's real.
So stop with this fake bullshit about how you can, this toxic masculinity, and you can only be a man this way, and he's expressing himself. You're not a man by committee. A man is a singular activity. Like now they have all these committees telling you what it is to be a man. I had a man to tell me how to be a man. Now, I'd rather be wrong with him than right with you.
I can't admit, though, at my age right now, whatever blueprint I had of being a man, I have totally ripped up.
Yeah.
Because it serves me no purpose at this point in my life.
Yeah.
It actually kind of hinders me more so than anything.
But you had a different experience.
Yeah.
Like this man raised me, and I wasn't even his. He gave me his name, protected me. Went to bed. A man pull a gun on somebody that ain't even your seed, and you go fight him. He was always there for me. Listen. Charles Hughley wasn't the best man, but he was a great one to me. Mm-hmm. And he's the model I live with. Now he did a lot of things wrong. Like my children, I told you that they said I want somebody who's like you, just like you, and nothing like you. Mm-hmm. I refuse to. The most valuable piece of real estate in the world was between your ears and in the middle of your chest. That's you can. No one can buy that. You can't have it. And no one can decide for you what is right for you and what's wrong for you. And I don't need people on my side. Like when he got mad, I'm like, what if I slap you? Well, if you took that same energy, we're not having this conversation.
Yeah, that was kind of
You're
wild.
not finna ready to do that to me.
Yeah. He was
you
ready
think I'm gonna let you do that? You think? Now I ain't saying I'm gonna win, but you ain't gonna. I'm just gonna.
Right.
This is shit you can't do to me.
Yeah, I didn't like when Terry said that to you either, though, because I'm like, don't get aggressive with the brother when you ain't get aggressive with the dude who actually disrespected you and violated
That's the whole
you.
thing.
Well, so have you and Terry Crews spoken?
No.
Because I know you want him to be on your show.
Of course I do, because I don't have to have people on my side to have an opinion.
Right.
And I don't have to have these arguments at Twitter. Like I thought it was weird that interview was a year old, and then you get into some heat behind some bullshit. You defending some bro, and then everybody get mad at you, and that comes up.
Yeah.
Like you, and I had seen him at Houston's a 2 or 3 weeks after the interview aired. We didn't speak to each other then, so you knew it happened.
Okay, so yeah,
But you waited, so it ain't real to me. I'm not scared to have an opinion that people don't dig. This is not a committee for me. I'm a committee of one. I believe me. If you don't fuck with me, don't fuck with me. But you're not finna ready to tell me who I am.
I like your mind state, too, when it comes to just, who you are as a man, because I feel like it does have to be an individual decision based on your own principles. Because I saw him recently. He just got in trouble because he said something like kids who have a same-sex family are malnourished.
Here's the thing.
That's what Terry Crews
He did say it, and I think that his idea wasn't off.
Mm-hmm.
His vocabulary was. And You know what you'll never see me doing? Apologizing for some shit I said or taking it off Twitter. Like I don't. That's like I'm gonna deal with this because I said it. I ain't gonna unsay it. I don't have to. I'm responsible for what I said. I'm not responsible for the way you interpret it.
That's real.
Like I remember when I defended Kevin Hart, they got mad. You don't like transgender women? That's ridiculous. No, I'll defend your right to be who you are. It's just me. I'm lazy. I like my women fully assembled. Like no. I don't shop at IKEA. I'm not ready to do this.
They have an as-is department in IKEA, FYI.
I don't need a woman and an Allen wrench. That's
Jesus
not happening.
Christ.
But people.
These opinions are not the opinions of the Breakfast Club.
But here's the thing. To me, nobody's above a joke or a perspective.
That's what I want us to get back to, man. Can we get back to the jokes?
Like
you cannot tell me you can't laugh at that R. Kelly interview this week.
I'm cracked up.
Come on.
People are too sensitive, man.
Let me tell you, why do I need your permission? Not only do people want to tell you how to act, which is appropriate, they want to tell you how to think. Like I said, that the real estate between your ears, that's mine. You can't tell me how to think. It's what I do that you, like everybody got mad at Liam Neeson. I'd have got mad if he did it, not thought it. Like, you can't even tell, like you haven't had a thought and just, my gig is to tell you the worst shit I think out loud.
That's my problem.
But I don't.
But they're quick to cancel.
Why you don't?
But they're quick to cancel somebody in a minute. They'll cancel anybody.
And I don't know that that's Liam Neeson's job to do that either, because I think for him, his thought, he probably didn't necessarily have to put it out there the way that he did.
But I
and
thought he
also
was saying
because
it and said he was wrong for thinking it, though.
it is a sensitive subject, because he could have potentially, of course he didn't do it. If he would have came across a black man, he might have killed a black person just off of what happened to somebody else.
But it's triggering because
But a lot of people feel like that and do it.
Yeah, that idea is what got
That's the
Trayvon
thing.
Martin killed. It's
So
triggering.
it is a sensitive topic for people that
Name me a white dude that admits to some horrible shit like that they're under an indictment for something. Like, name me somebody that wasn't in trouble and admitted to it. Like, just like most times when, like, most of our admissions comes when we're in some state of repentance, like we're in trouble or we're trying to get.
I don't think Liam was in trouble.
No, he
No,
wasn't.
that's what he's saying.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
And the
He's
fact
saying-
that he wasn't in trouble and
got you.
proffered the information, we don't all think alike and have the same processes and have the same. But now, every time you say anything, people get upset. I'm not afraid to own who I am.
Yeah, and you know what? And then you can't be afraid of the fact, well, not that you're afraid, but you can't not expect people to get upset
Sure.
either. So it's just,
Fuck
the
'em.
reality is when I say things that are my truth and it might be ugly truths, people are going to get upset. Some people will agree with you, some people won't.
Either way, it doesn't make a difference.
What do you think? What did you think of when Steve Harvey and Monique were going back and forth?
I felt like it was sad because I know both of them. And I know Steve gets a bad rap, and he's a good cat, and he tried to do something that I thought was cool. And I know she's in a different place. But the bottom line is, I didn't think he tried to embarrass her. I think that you can make a mistake, and people will like that. Like when they pulled up the meme of him talking about what he do for money, that was a 20-year-old joke. And they connected it to who he was right
man.
now.
Right.
And that was just insulting. It's like we go back in time, take things out of context. He was telling a joke that was on the best documentary, the most profitable documentary ever, that everybody laughed at that right in front of everybody. And all of a sudden, 20 years later, you take it out of context and he's a sellout. Come on now. I thought that was out of line.
That happens all the time.
It does. It does. And so I think that it makes, because everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to, they have to be on top. Listen, when I pray, I don't pray that I win or that I'm victorious. I pray that I do the best I can.
That's it.
But these people right here, I have no respect for them because they have no core principles. Their principles vacillate. If you with Terry, then be with him when a black man that size gets shot. Be with if now you have the ability to finally see that black people can be victims, speak when they're victimized. We can't be in our own apartment without somebody gunning us down. And I think comedy comes from that perspective. I don't have to cede my landscape to you because you think this is wrong. And then they get mad, like you took backlash on Twitter. When I say something every day, I never look at what people say. Cause I don't care.
And that's fine. You know what I find about you is that some things you say I agree with and some things I don't agree with. But it just is what it is.
That makes us human.
Right. But I still like you as a person.
Right.
Even though I might be like,
right.
No, I might be like, Dia is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Or this thought is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it comes from my wellspring.
That's
like
right.
my wife gets mad all the. Look, I'm telling you, every day, she's mad. Her and my daughters are mad about something I said. And I go home and cry in a pile of money. I don't care what you think. You think you live where you live because of what you think? That's.
Are they ever able to convince you or change your mind? Since I know you're DL, I look at you as a person who's very set in your ways.
Sure.
And like you said, you say what you say. You don't apologize. But can you ever say,
Sure.
you know what? I look at this differently. I was wrong.
Sure. And when it happens, I'll call you and let you know.
I want to hear about it.
Let's talk about the late night talk show. You gotta leave in a second.
It's kind of wild though, because like I'm sure that you used to get this too. My mama been telling me for the longest, I don't know how to talk to people.
Right.
So it's just like, so
She
when I
wasn't
hear from my
lying.
wife now, it's like I'm hearing my mom all over
She
again.
wasn't lying.
Like,
But you know the funny thing? But you talk to people for a fucking living.
I know.
You still don't know how to talk to people. Therapy ain't helping. I don't know.
Listen, I respect my mother and father. I love them, but you push the broom. I dig it. Now, if I was talking about cleaning up an area, I would listen to you. I'm not fucking
Oh, my
like
God.
Oh my God.
See, there he goes again.
I love my wife. She's the sweetest woman in the world. She goes to church all the time. I don't fuck with it. I'm telling you. We not here because of your perspective. We're here because of mine. I don't get how people don't understand that. Like, I love my daughters. My daughters gonna get married to. Is your mama's thoughts gonna pay for that or mine?
boy, Essence and the Root about to take this clip and say the male chauvinistic views
So
of
what?
DL
You
Hughley
know,
are
but
problematic.
think about the support that your wife gives you to make you who you are now.
Sure. That's
So
absolutely right.
Yeah, that's part of what it is.
That's her support right there.
A plane can't fly, and it has that weight, lift, and drag. It needs all those elements to fly. But it still wouldn't be a plane without the plane. Think all that other shit could exist.
Because you might be a loose cannon out here without your wife.
I'm sure I would have several incurable sexual diseases, children.
Right.
Man, but I'm not like that.
Hey, I just want my wife to know if she's watching, you're the pilot of this plane,
Yeah.
baby. All right? Okay.
No, literally. My wife is the pilot for shit that is not a jump ball. Like where we go, where we live, what color houses are, where the kids go to school, what color this is. But you can't legislate how I think.
That's a fact. Nobody can.
That's what you want. You want me to say that a person who never did what I had to do now tells me what to think. It's like I wouldn't listen to my dentist tell me how to rotate the tires. I wouldn't. And it has nothing to do with who you are. Mm-hmm. Like my son, I love my son. My son is the best human being I've ever met. But I'm not fucking with you like that. You're not gonna tell me what to do.
Why?
Because you were slow anyway.
Oh.
First
Oh my God,
off.
here we go.
You know what?
DL got a point with that one. Now. He got a point with that one.
You got a good heart, but that don't mean I'm a. Bubba, make this paper mache and leave me alone. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Although sometimes the perspective of
I'm
somebody
not
who
finna
loves
ready to
you
do that to
and
you.
cares about you is valuable.
It is valuable,
Yes.
but not more valuable
Sometimes people
than
are
me.
right. Sometimes people are right.
They are. They are.
DL is
Sometimes they're
crazy,
right.
man.
But Evie, I don't get. Okay, here's the thing. What she wants me
Right.
to see my mindset to somebody who doesn't do what I do.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You have to have this perspective and this POV to be DL Hughley,
Right,
to be the
correct.
comedian
Right.
on stage.
But that's him.
I could be a better person,
Yes.
but I'm not
Why you
trying to
say
be a
yes
better
so
person.
fast?
I get what he's saying.
I could be a better person.
But be a fucked up comedian.
Right, I don't want
Fuck
that.
I get what you're saying.
I like the place. I like where I'm. Like you know what it is. I haven't liked me for a very long time, but now I like with me. I fuck with me.
Me too, man.
Okay.
I feel you, bro.
I mean,
I feel you.
When
like
I'm
that.
talking, I slow down and hear what I gotta say. Goddamn it, I want to hear it. I'm fucking with. Do you know how long? Like when it's only you all by yourself, all the time. If something goes wrong, I'm the first one they call. When my wife, when a bill comes to that table, when I owed the IRS $1 million, she didn't go, let me get a job. She went, nigga, you better handle it. So we can't all, all the jump ball shit you can have. The shit that matters, I'm going to take.
That's real.
Well, tell them about your talk show, man.
It's going to be all this.
Finally somebody did the right
Listen,
thing.
I'm
Right.
excited to watch
What
this.
network is it?
TV one, you know how
One.
black people take a chance on.
TV One, let's
That's
go.
all we need, though.
After CNN, they were like, nah, we ain't going to do
That's
that.
all we
When does
need.
it start?
March 18th.
March 18th.
And I'm
Well,
very
we will
excited.
be watching, man.
Who's the first guest?
I don't know.
Terry Crews.
I don't know. I'd love that.
We're trying.
I'd love that.
Well, you got to call in before the first show, man. We need you
For
back
sure,
up here.
man.
We got to promote and we got to support you, brother.
And I'm telling you, man, the basis for this, what I want to do is what you all do here. I think you challenge convention. I think you're human, and I think you're bright, and I think that's a rare combination. So that's why I think you guys are successful as you are, and I'm gonna try to do the same thing.
Oh, but you've been doing it.
Not as nice.
We didn't even get
nice.
to talk about none of the presidential candidates or nothing.
Yeah, I know. I saw that's what Bernie said. I don't fuck with Bernie like that.
You don't like Bernie? Why?
I don't dislike him.
You
But
just don't? Okay.
here's the thing: all the shit you talking about in your life, where you been able to do it, like those aspirational dreams you have, there has to be at least some track record of you leading people that way.
Yeah.
You can't look like a Men's Warehouse manager and all of a sudden tell me you got all these great ideas and you're almost 80 years old. When have you done it?
Right.
Yeah.
I ain't fucking with you till you show me you've done it before.
Who do you like so far?
Like Kamala?
I like Kamala. I didn't like her stance
Kamala.
on truancy.
Yeah.
I thought that I thought to send people to jail because they're missing school.
I thought that idea was brilliant, though.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
In California, there was the Proposition 13.
Mm-hmm.
It tied everything to property taxes. So my neighborhood specifically wasn't wealthy, so they took away our buses. They took away our after-school programs. So we didn't go. So we had to walk 7 miles from my neighborhood to Gardena High through other neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
So if you couldn't get a ride, you had to walk together. So if you walk into school, all the gangsters didn't go to school. You went to with nerds. So they went to school, and every day you got your ass whipped. So you got tired of it. You stopped going to school.
Yeah.
So it was cause and effect. So why would you punish me for somebody taking those resources away? If you look directly at what happened in California, Proposition 13 and the spike in crime and drugs was because they took those resources. No after school program, no job programs, no buses, no summer programs. So you take something away from somebody, then you wonder why
They can't make it to
people are
school.
dropping out of school.
No, you're absolutely right. But here's the thing about the truancy program. She didn't lock nobody up. It was a scare tactic. She was like, if these kids ain't coming to school, I'm going to come lock the motherfucking parents up.
But
because
why scare?
Sometimes you got to scare niggas.
Okay,
yeah?
but even if you can't scare somebody into changing their circumstances.
That's true.
Like that person still ain't.
Right.
You're gonna punish poor people for being poor instead of asking, what if the school's unsafe? What if I don't go to school because every time I turn around, somebody jumping on me or teasing me about my clothes,
That's true.
or I'm starving?
And there's only certain types of
That's true.
people who have
Why
those
didn't you?
issues.
Why is it always we want to lock poor people up instead of finding out what is going on with
But she never locked anyone up.
But even the threat of that, why do we threaten them instead of listening to them?
That's
That's
stressful.
true. That is true.
And my problem with that, the same thing I said, if that was your mindset when you were Attorney General, will it be your mindset when you're president? Is the first thing I'm going to show you how tough I am by fucking with these poor people?
And what about Cory Booker?
I don't know. I like Cory Booker a lot, but I think Cory's too. What I don't like about Cory, he's too conciliatory. Like he said you don't fight fire with fire. Like he said that to me, motherfucker. Yes, you do. I live in California. I live in Calabasas where shit almost burned up, and guess what they did? Fight it with fire. You fight wildfires with fires. Donald Trump is single-minded, and if you can't match his determination and drive, you can't beat him. You can't beat him. You can't. Don't tell me no analogy like fire. You can't fight fire with fire. You do. When there's a wildfire and it's burning out of control, they burn the shit in front of it so it can't burn anymore.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's what you got to do to this motherfucker.
And
What do you think about reparations? All this conversation about reparations.
I think absolutely is. Let me ask you something. You pay reparations to Japanese.
That's right.
Why is that a foreign concept? We started out. What they've never done for black people. What people don't understand. There's never been a neighborhood built for us.
Nope.
Even Compton was a white neighborhood. You know how you know it's white? Because it got an airport in it. It got an airport in it. Ain't nobody landed where Dr. Dre you came from. That ain't for real. They never built us quality schools. Everything we ever got from them was something they were throwing away.
That's right.
And then they told us, well, we did something for you. If you gave us a fair shot, which is a fair education, which we get just as good as everybody else, that to me could be some kind of reparations too. But you can't just say we don't owe you shit. Now we're gonna chain you off, and now you it's fair.
Especially when you made it right with damn near everybody else.
That's right.
And you can't
take
just
it.
say reparations. You have to have a real plan.
Yeah, real
Like
plan,
this is
absolutely.
what is gonna happen.
Like that. You don't want that whole Dave Chappelle thing when you get reparations and everybody's spinning by it. I do think that this nation owes the descendants of the people they brutalized. It's not even what they have done; it's what they do. It's like what they continue to do.
Yeah.
It's like we have arguments over monuments to brutality. That would be like me and you. We decided to move on. We were in an abusive relationship, but I keep the monuments of the ass whoopers I once handed out to you. Every once in a while, I look in a photo. I remember this gauze right here came for that. We don't even want to be fair and honest about that.
And they really fight to keep those monuments up
because it's just a reminder, just in case.
And the fact they offered us 40 acres and a mule and snatched it back.
Give it to us.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's a foreign concept. They know that they owe.
To me, now I don't think it is worth somebody using that as in an ad, because all you need is an ad that says she wants to pay black people for shit. You don't want that shit. But I think that there has to be elementally. I don't think that it should be off the table either. I don't think it's worth risking your whole campaign on.
Yeah.
Because black people don't really think you don't really think they're gonna really give you reparations. Like they wouldn't really do it. But I think that anybody who dismisses it out of hand does a disservice to the Democratic Party, which is mostly comprised of black women who have voted for you and voted a higher percentage than any other, gender. In demographic in the country.
I think it should be some form of reparation.
Yeah, me too.
It don't have to be checks to everybody, but figure it out. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't mind the checks though.
Yeah, but neither would I. But if they gave
Andrew Yang came up here and said he wants to give everybody $1,000
universal basic income, where you get $1,000. Every person gets that $1,000 to start with, whether you're working or not or whatever. You get $1,000.
You get $1,000 a month.
Everybody, white people too.
Everybody. Black people.
Everybody.
Just only black people?
No, he said everybody.
Nah, fuck it then. Come on now.
Exactly.
Well, I think everybody should get to go to Red Lobster every Sunday for free. The fuck? But the cheesy biscuits is for niggas, all right?
But he did have a whole plan behind it that made sense, because they do that in Alaska.
Yeah, but and
it works in Alaska.
No, there's a dividends off the oil.
Right. That's what he was saying.
But
he was talking about all these huge corporations that don't pay taxes, like Amazon.
He wants to take 10% off goods and services in the tech industry.
Hey man, I thought Amazon is one of those companies that comes in, they take more than they give, and people, they're like, you pay them to basically move.
And then they don't pay any taxes at all.
No. They ain't no worse than the football team.
That's what I want. Give us 400 years. For the next 400 years, we don't got to pay no federal government
That'd
taxes.
be cool.
That'd be great.
I'll take it.
I'm with it.
Or a deduction. Like, what's your deduction? I'm a nigga. That's
one exemption.
Now,
that's one exemption.
If you excuse me, I'm going to get my free cheese.
D.L. Hughley, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out his show.
March 18th.
What's the name of the show?
The D.L. Hughley Show. They ain't firing me for my own show.
The D.L. Hughley Show. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.